I'll call that my second wave of martial arts, basically. And that's kind of where I met you. First, I met Steve Lilligan, and he
Yeah.
introduced me to you and all that. So that's when I got more into the Muay Thai and the Wing Chun, and
Mm-hmm.
I really liked doing that. And I loved the Muay Thai, and I really liked the hardcore stuff like that.
I
Um,
remember as we were getting to know one another is when you started to train for your instructorship for Muay Thai, if I do believe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right
and
around or right after that time.
yeah, because when my in my second wave of martial arts, I'll call it, I was like, all right, I want to get my instructorship under Guru Dan this time. I
Mm-hmm.
want to, because the first time I really didn't care. All I wanted was my
You
black belt.
didn't even know what it was. It like you said. I mean, at 12, 16, that well,
Yeah,
whatever, right? I
yeah, I
imagine
just
that's
wanted my black
amazing.
belt. But now it's like, all right, I want my instructorship under Guru Dan. So I
Uh-huh.
want my instructorship under Master Chai. I wanted to go to Thai camp, which I did. And I also got my instructorship under Rick Fay,
Mm-hmm.
and I was given an instructorship under Larry Hartzell, who had passed away, but it was kind of like a legacy because they knew I had trained with him when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I had those 4 instructorships.
That's
So that was
wonderful.
really cool.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic kind of hit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I had got some inflammatory arthritis in the middle of all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so my body kind of started falling apart. The gyms closed down. You couldn't really train. You know, had some hypermobility. I had some inflammatory arthritis. My joints started falling apart. It's like, I can't do, this is too hard on my joints. It
This I
hurts
can't. I can't.
to
Sometimes
do
I
it.
yeah, I understand.
I can't have people reefing on my joints. Like even in Wing Chun class, because I did some classical Wing Chun, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like, it hurts. And I couldn't get people to understand you cannot pull on my joints. It hurts too
Mm-hmm.
much. And like, so, anyways, in the middle of all that, too, Guru Dan wasn't traveling anymore because I would go to his seminars twice a year. And there was always one in September, and he wasn't able to travel out to the one that I would go to. Well, I have a friend. Oh, because also in the middle of this, I had met Carlos Flores, my friend. He's Mall Dog, is his dog name.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, you're a dog brother. I saw the Dog Brothers and I want to be in the Dog Brothers. And so he would always encourage me to come to this open gathering. And I'm like, I can't. It's the same weekend as Guru Dan. And I always go to the seminar. But Guru Dan wasn't doing it anymore. And so because of the pandemic, they were having this open gathering in Chicago instead of LA. So I was like, well, hey, I can't really move anymore, but I can still swing a stick. So I'll do that. So
Yeah.
I brought my friend with me who's a massage therapist, and she also knew how to pop my joints back in because my joints would pop out of place, which because you had to pop my joint back into place that
Yep.
one time too. Literally, like my joints would pop out of place. And so, um, anyway, so she went with me to this thing, and I would swing the stick and everything. I couldn't move too good, but I could still swing a stick. So I'm like, all right, let's just do this. And it was so fun. And then the guys are really, really fun. And I was like, I like this. So I was hooked. But the thing is that I also was just starting nurse practitioner school in the middle of all this too. So you got the pandemic, you got your nurse practitioner school, and so I'm like, all right, I'll do what I can. So I went to they have Beat the Crap Out of Cancer, which is super fun. So I was doing that. I was going to nurse
That's
practitioner school, and I just kind of like doing what I could do.
that's the
And also we
coolest
do
name
California.
ever, Michelle. All the
What?
time that would beat the crap out of cancer. What was that?
Beat the crap out of cancer?
Yeah, is that the name of it? What you said?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the best name ever. I remember seeing that, and to this day, like that is the catchiest and the coolest thing that I ever saw. Yeah, just I mean, I wasn't there, just a flyer. I was like, oh hell yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's I didn't name it. I mean, it's a Dog Brothers thing as far as I
Mm-hmm.
can tell. It's a Dog Brothers wide. Like
I do
they have
believe
different
so. Yeah.
tribes across the country, and I think across the world. Like I pretty sure different, like Canada and other countries, I think they do it too. Because the Dog Brothers is a worldwide organization. They have different countries and stuff. I'm just a newbie. I'm not even a dog yet. I was told by a full dog brother that I'm just a puppy. So
You're, yeah, I hear you, Michelle. Michelle the pup. That's it.
I'm just a baby.
NP,
So
nurse puppy.
yeah. So so the first gathering that I have gone to is the one in 21. And then I couldn't really go to the gatherings when I was in school, because when I was in school, it was like I couldn't do anything except I couldn't do anything fun. All I like to do was study and work and study and work and study and work. So I could barely go to even Wing Chun class, and I couldn't even do that. So but as soon as I got out of school, man, I was like going to all these Wing Chun or all these Dog Brothers gatherings. I've gone to like 3 Mark Denny seminars and 2 Beat the Crap Out of Cancers. I've gone to tons of different Dog Brothers gatherings, and I love the guys. They're my people. Like you find new people, and it's like, these are my people. They're so fun and they're so accepting. And I've taken my son with me, and like they're accepting of him. It's like they're like
a pack.
I love them. They're like my pack, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So and which is really cool, because the Dog Brothers, there's not very many women in the Dog Brothers. There's it was designed, I mean, if you notice, the name is Brothers. There, it was designed to be for men. And, you know, when you talk to, I was listening to some of the stuff, Mark Denny is, you know, if you talk to him or you listen to some of his things, you know, it's about turning boys into men, because he talks about his relationship with his father wasn't all that great. And men, you know, boys need to be finished, or boys need to be challenged. And I agree with that, you know, men, they need like a rite of passage, or men
ritual. Yes.
You know, and you know, it talks about men need to be able to protect their women and their land and their family.
Yeah, all that.
You know, and I agree with that. I'm not like anti-men or, you know, pro women power. I'm not like that. I think men should be able to do that. And I have a husband, and I know he's a very strong man. We've been married 32 years, and I'm very pro man. But I also think that a woman should also be able to protect herself and her family, because if the man's off fighting in a war, or who's going to be left to do it? I mean, like, it reminds me of the first scene from, I don't know if you ever saw Vikings, that series, and it was either the first or the second episode when Lagertha, I love Lagertha. I always say that Lagertha is like my great, 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 great grandmother. There's like, you know, in the later episodes, she's out fighting right next to the men, right? But in the first couple episodes, the children are still little. And so she's at home with the kids, taking care of the kids. So her husband's out fighting, and she's at home, you know, taking care of the kids, just like I did. When my kids were little, I was home with the kids. And so these men came and tried to come and, you know, her and, you know, everything else. So she kills them, duh. And so her husband comes home from war. He's like, "How was your day, honey?" And she's like, "Ah, fine." Anything happened? Not really. You know, so it's like the women have to be able to protect themselves too. So
agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I mean,
and sometimes in our culture, I don't know. Ooh, I don't want to get in trouble, but you spoke with my wife, okay? We have about 50% women, you know, and sometimes in the Midwest, y'all were told that everything had to be sugar and spice and everything nice in our generation. And no, you should be able to punch somebody in the face if they're coming after you. And, you know, and some of our girls, they just need permission to be the lioness, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I never had that problem.
Well, I mean, know you, and that's, you know, perhaps, and that's why I'm sorry, I'm kind of talking out of the side of my whatever, just sometimes that's a piece, you know?
Yeah, it's like, my father was in the military, and my sensei never heard that controversy. You know, boys and girls. He treated me just like anybody else. So I was the only girl in the class. Now his wife was also an instructor. So there was that.
Just like the Inosantos.
Right, just Mr. and Mrs. Inosanto. I mean, so maybe in the back of my mind there was that, but and it's like, okay, it never occurred to me that I would be treated any differently. So
Good for you.